Hey guys, today we're going to read the next two chapters, chapters 3 and 4, in the book Dragon Masters, Secret of the Water Dragon. Chapter 3, A Thief in the Castle. The Dragon Masters gasped. What happened? Rory asked. I always protect the stone with magic charms, Griffith explained. These charms cannot be seen, but they form an invisible net around the box that holds the dragonstone. And they can only be broken with a magic spell. Charms. Magic charms. So a charm is kind of like a spell or like a protection using magic on something. It is invisible. Invisible means it cannot be seen, but it's still there. So these charms protected the box, but when the thief tried to get in the box, then Griffith knew because the charms were disturbed. Okay, let's keep going. So how do you know someone tried to steal the stone? Asked Drake. This morning I found that something had upset the magic of the charms. They were not broken, but I could tell that someone had tried to break them, Griffith answered. Anna gripped the stone around her neck. If somebody steals the main dragon stone, would our smaller stones lose their powers? No, the wizard replied, but someone could use the main stone to control the dragons, or even to form a dragon army. Isn't that what King Roland is doing? Asked Drake. King Roland wants to use the dragons for good. I have known King Roland since he was a boy. He is a good man at heart. And as long as the stone is in my care, I can keep it safe. Safe from people like Maldred, he shuddered. So Griffith knows that King Roland is a good man at heart. That means even though King Roland looks a little bit mean and scary, he has a good heart and he is a good man who wants good things for others. Let's keep going. The Dragon Masters looked at one another. You mean Maldred the Dark Wizard? Is he the one who tried to steal the Dragonstone last night? Drake asked. The Dragon Masters all knew that Maldred had tried to get to their dragons before. They had never seen Maldred, but already his dark magic had caused a lot of trouble. Griffith shook his head. No, he said. Maldred would not have been so careless. He would have broken the charms using a spell. Our thief clearly did not know about the charms. Drake glanced at Bo. His friend kept looking nervously over his shoulder. So Griffith said that Maldred would not have been so careless. Careless means he wasn't being careful. Careless is the opposite of careful. Okay, and it says, our thief did not know about the charms. That means whoever was trying to steal the stone didn't know that there were magic charms protecting the box. Okay, let's keep going. To protect the Dragonstone, I must find a better hiding place for it, Griffith continued. I will leave the castle right away to look for one. So there's no riding practice today? Anna asked. She looked at the finished saddles. Saddles. Remember, those saddles on the ground in the picture? Those are saddles to ride the dragons. Remember other animals you could ride with saddles? Horses, donkeys, camels, and elephants. Okay, let's keep going. You may go outside and have a free day, but the dragons must stay inside, he said. Then he hurried out of the room. What do we do now? Rory asked. Well, we can still spend the day with our dragons, Drake replied. We can hang out with them in the caves. I must go, Bo said. There is something I must take care of. What? Drake began, but Bo was already rushing off. He's acting strange, Rory said, with her hands on her hips. Anna nodded. Yes, he seems quieter than usual today. I think something is worrying him, Drake said, remembering the black feather. Maybe he's worried about the dragon stone, said Rory. As they headed to the dragon caves, Drake kept looking behind him. Was the thief still in the castle? If you guys look at the last sentence, it says, was the thief still in the castle? Now, do you see how it's written differently? It's written differently because that shows that Drake is thinking. He's not saying that part, he's thinking it. Okay, let's keep going. Chapter 4, The Wizard's Trap. A trap. A trap is something that helps you catch a wild animal, or in this case, I bet the wizard wants to catch the thief. Okay, let's keep going. Worm looked up as soon as Drake reached his cave. Drake took the apple from breakfast out of his pocket. Good morning, Worm, Drake said, holding out the treat. The dragon craned his long neck. He grabbed the apple in his teeth and ate it in one gulp. Drake sat down on the cold floor of the cave. Somebody tried to steal the dragon stone last night, Drake said. Griffith is finding a new hiding place for the stone, so we have a free day. Rory and Anna walked up to Worm's cave. Come on, Drake, we're going outside, Rory said. Yeah, we don't want to be stuck in here all day, said Anna. Coming? Drake shook his head. No thanks, I'm going to stay with Worm. Rory shrugged. Have fun in the dark. We'll be outside. The girls walked away. Drake started to tell Worm a story about when he lived back on the onion farm. Suddenly, Worm's neck jerked up. His eyes glowed green. His neck jerked up. A jerk is a quick movement, like all of a sudden. Okay, let's keep going. What is it, Worm? Asked Drake. Drake's dragon stone glowed too. Then he heard Worm's voice in his head. Bo! What about Bo? Is he in trouble? Drake asked. Worm nodded. Drake jumped up. He ran out of the caves and through the training room. He was on the way to their room when he heard noises coming from inside Griffith's workshop. But he knew Griffith had left the castle. Is someone in there? Drake wondered. The door was open a crack. He peeked inside. Bo was in Griffith's workshop, with one hand on the box that held the dragon stone. Oh, look at the picture. What is Bo doing? That's weird. He looks like he's reading something from that book. Drake held back a gasp. Bo was reading aloud from a book. The words sounded magical, like something a wizard would say. The charms protecting the stone could only be broken by a magic spell, he remembered. Then a terrible thought hit him. Is Bo trying to steal the dragon stone? A terrible thought hit him. That means he just thought of something very terrible, an idea, a thought that was very terrible. The terrible thought was that Bo was trying to steal the stone. Let's keep going. Drake pushed open the door. He had to stop Bo. Suddenly, sparks shot out from the corner of the room. They hit the book Bo was holding, and it fell to the ground. Griffith stepped out of the shadows. His finger was pointed at Bo. Stop, thief! That's the end of chapter 4. All right, guys. Thanks for reading with me. See you next time. Bye-bye.